everybody! Aloha!
Welcome to Extraordinary Adventures. I am Laura, and...
Oh, I'm Scott.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
I thought we were going to do... She's Laura, he's Scott.
Well...
Anyway. Hi.
Hello, welcome. We are on board the MSC Divina for a short 3-night cruise, but we still wanted to review it for you.
Absolutely. Third MSC for us. We've done the Seashore, which Laura can put a link. I always do the link dance.
We should figure out which side it is.
Yeah, but isn't the link dance funnier?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. She'll put in a link. There was a Seashore review and tour and stateroom tour, and then there was the Meraviglia, which was one of our first, so the quality is meh.
Meh.
But now we're on the Divina.
Yeah.
And it's our first time in what Laura calls the Knot Club. Which she came up with it, and now she doesn't like what I call it that. It's because there's a yacht club on MSC, and on the first 2 sailings, Laura and I did the yacht club.
Right.
Which was amazing, and we loved it. Helped us fall in love with MSC. And then we did today the Knot Club.
The Knot Yacht Club.
Yeah, exactly.
With the normal. We were in a balcony, just a regular, normal balcony stateroom.
Wonderful regular.
It was great.
It
was great.
Good room.
Yeah.
So that's the Knot Club, and it's good to share a new experience for you at home as well. What is it like on a regular MSC cruise versus a yacht club experience? So, you know, we do what we do for you. I mean, I didn't want to cruise. I didn't want to have a nice time. I didn't want to drink and eat and be in the ocean, and, you know, but I do it for you.
You suffer.
I do suffer for my people.
You suffer for your people.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We're nice people that way.
Hey everybody, this is Laura and Scott from Extraordinary Adventures Cruise and Travel, and we are interrupting the video you are currently watching to let you know that not only do we create videos like this, we are also cruise travel agents.
Yes, we are.
So if you are looking to book a cruise, we would love to help you. Reach us at any of the information below.
Call us, email us, check us out on the web, Instagram, you name it, we're there.
We'd love to help you plan your next extraordinary adventure.
Anywho, let's get into it.
Okay, so...
Don't forget to check out, there's a ship tour and a room tour. So that'll cover some of the
And if you'd like to see more of our videos, please like and subscribe with the notification bell on so that you're notified every time we post something new.
Exactly. She's getting much better at that. You go back a few videos and she's like, thumb up and Instagram and face. I'm like, no, it's just you. Anyway, she's gotten a lot better. She's a professional.
I'm practicing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely like it, subscribe it, notification bell it, tell all your friends, send out those smoke signals.
You make it hard for me. I have to do all that work when I put in the smoke signals.
Telegraph.
Yeah.
Morse code. Anyway, tell all your friends. All right, let's get into it. Yeah. So we start like we always start. First day, embarkation, blah, blah, blah. We were a little nervous because in the yacht club, we just bypassed everything. We saw thousands of people. We were like, uh-oh, here we go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. But it was awesome.
It was,
It was great.
Yeah, it was.
Very smooth. I recommend, if you can, sail out of Port... I mean, MSC sails out of Port Canaveral as well as Miami. If you can pick an MSC cruise that sails out of Port Canaveral, I would recommend it.
Much smoother experience. Much smoother.
Yeah, much smoother experience.
You're indoors and you're undercover and you're not outside in the rain and you're not outside in the heat.
Right.
And there are bathrooms available.
And all said and
done, fans of Miami.
It was like 45 minutes. And I don't even imagine. It was really fast. It really was really fast.
And part of that was on us. I mean, if you were dashing, you could probably gotten it done faster.
Yeah.
It was smooth. It was smooth. I don't recall... There was some lines, but the lines never stopped moving, like the line for security. Just, it looked, oh my God, we're going to be on this line. It was 5 minutes. Then you got on the next line, and it was 5 minutes. And yeah, it was smooth. It was good. It
really was smooth.
And, you know, we can't officially say this, MSC. You follow the rules, whatever MSC tells you. But they told us to board at 2:30. We got here at 10 o'clock.
Well, no. Clarification. They originally told us 9:30 to board. And then 2 days before the cruise, after we had already made plans to arrive at 9:30, they sent us a text and said, nope, your boarding time has changed from 9:30 to 2:30. And we were like, well, we've already made travel plans based off of the 9:30 arrival time. So we showed up at 9:30. So
that is all correct and factual. I guess I'm getting more at the feeling. The feeling was that it's back to the pre-pandemic. Show
Yeah.
up early. If there's no weird, like, crazy lines or there's no real restrictions on them, they'll just push you on through.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think you could safely start arriving earlier,
Well,
as opposed to the old COVID, got to be there at 2 o'clock kind of thing.
yeah.
So, and speaking of COVID, as you know, masks are pretty much a thing of the past. The poor people still wear them. But I feel like there's a complacency now with checking your tests. And like, they know because in 4 days, they're removing the testing for 5 nights or less. There's a feeling like it's all coming to an end, and they're not as strict as they were. They're still checking. I'm not saying they're not checking, but the feeling is more complacent than it used to be. It used to be much more militant. So things are lightening up, and we got on the ship and headed right into the atrium era. This ship does not have a promenade. It has more of an atrium. Much smaller version than the one on the seashore, which you can see all this on the 2 different ship tours. More the traditional style, like the old way. You had that nice atrium, elegant, lounge chairs, performer. Very, very nice atrium, but that's where you entered into. We immediately bought the drink package, which, holy mama baba jubies, $49 a day per person. All in. Like, I was very impressed because the Royal's up to what, 70-something bucks, and NCL's up to $110. $49 all in for the middle package, and it could have actually been $38 for just the beer and wine package or whatever it is, like a limited selection. That's a really good price for a drink package in 2022.
I agree.
I was very impressed with that.
I really do. I agree on that. Yeah. And then what did we do?
Then we went up to the first bar. Like, we went upstairs for that, the adult only, which we love, adult only pool area with the bar.
Adult only pool area.
We met Alfredo, we met Johnny, we met Boom Boom, and we met the other guy. We met Magic Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of great guys.
Really great
there.
bar staff. Well, and
Pool staff and bar staff, yeah.
In the adult area, they were really awesome. They were really great.
The one pool guy's name is Stephen Francis or something, or Stephen Francis from Zimbabwe? Was he the one from Zimbabwe? Or was he the Kenya? Was he the Kenya?
I think it was Kenya.
Yeah, Kenya. Okay. But immediately his nickname became Boom Boom. So if you're ever on board, like maybe next week, and you say, Scott and Laura from Extraordinary Adventures, and you show them our pictures, Boom Boom. Boom Boom. And Magic Mike...
Magic
Frank, right, is not a reference to Magic Mike. There was no stripping. There was nothing.
No.
He comes over, like, we don't even know him. Suddenly, boom, he's doing magic cards.
Yeah, he's like, you want me to show you a magic trick? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so he became
great.
Magic Frank.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. So that's where we spent the first few minutes.
Yeah.
And then we went about on our cruises. So
yeah.
That was embarkation day.
That was embarkation.
It was good.
So let's start with, since we're talking about service, let's continue. Let's start with service.
Yeah.
Overall, service has been, it's been good. There's definitely been the ship is at full capacity.
Yes.
And so there are times when you are like, is the ship at full capacity? Because it really doesn't feel like it.
Like that first day, for the couple of hours we were up there at that pool.
Yeah.
It was empty. It was 20 people, maybe 10 people. It was wonderful.
There are other times when you're like, the ship is definitely at full capacity, and you can feel it.
Like today.
Yeah, like today. Just trying to get a drink at certain bars is very challenging because they're inundated because everybody is lining up. And then there are other bars, if you keep walking, that are less populated, and you can get a drink fairly quickly. But you just have to walk to find them.
Yeah, you got to learn your ship a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that the reason that today was such a maniac day was yesterday was supposed to be Bahamas, and it was, and people got off, and that that relaxes things for the people who stay on board. And then today was supposed to be Ocean Key, which, if you look at our previous videos, huge fans. We love Ocean Key, and we were really upset to find out that the water and the waves, the sea and the waves, were too choppy, too much wind, and they couldn't park at the pier, at the dock that they normally park at. So they tried to tender, and even that had to get canceled. And some folks were already on the island when they decided to cancel. Those people had to be taken back. And then about an hour or so later, it was clear skies, nice seas. So we're not knocking or double second guessing the captain's decision for safety.
Right.
But it may have been premature, or maybe if he would have said, "Hey, let's just wait a couple hours," and then we could have had a shorter time there.
Yeah, I don't
know.
exactly know, but
that jammed everybody on the ship. So it was a major sea day.
And you really felt it.
Somebody, I don't know, it was our friend Billy over at Cruise Habit or somebody else mentioned, how does the ship perform on sea days? That was like a question that was always, it's a little rough. It's a little rough. 3,500 in the, and they do a good job, just like the seashore, where there's multiple pools that people can go to.
Yeah.
Multiple separation areas, and everything was slammed. You couldn't get into any pools.
Yeah.
It was a madhouse. It was a madhouse. But other than the fact that the one area that everybody talks about that has capacity issues is elevators. That is not an issue on this ship.
Elevators are awesome.
There's 3 different sections of elevators, aft, middle, and forward. And then each one of them has like 6 stalls, or whatever you call that, shafts, elevator shafts. Oh my God, you're never waiting for an elevator.
Right.
Sometimes you wait a minute, but like you're not waiting. There's no crowds. The elevator situation on this ship, primo.
As
Primo.
compared to the seashore, which we really struggled with, elevators on the seashore.
We didn't love the new technology.
Well,
and it didn't really work for us. And they can watch that in the other video.
Yeah, but this one was awesome.
This is old style. You push the button, when you get inside, you push the button, and
right.
And you're off. It was, so that capacity. And then the third capacity that everybody talks about is how the buffet handles. I actually felt like the buffet on day one, when everybody mad brushes in, wasn't as bad as what you and our friend Joe is here with us, Joe and Kimberly. Not as bad as what you're explaining to me now that's going on now. Like you were down for breakfast and it was a madhouse.
It was a madhouse.
If you went to the back area, was it still a madhouse? Because the buffet is massive. I mean, it's not as big as the seashore, but and they like in 3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and it repeats. And if you go to skip the front, except for the pizza that's up there, everything else is the same. Go to the back, which is also, if you folks who are traveling with children, is where the kids area is. The chicken nuggets and the hot dogs and all the different things for them. I felt like the ability to get to the bar without elbowing everybody wasn't so bad. But according to you guys this morning at breakfast was just insanity.
It was insanity.
So it's a hit or miss, I think, situation in the buffet as to whether it's a madhouse. But those are the 3 areas that people normally talk about for capacity issues.
Yeah.
But we were not even talking about. We were talking about service.
We were talking about service. So, we digressed.
Yeah,
it's
we did.
Okay.
We did. Service has been awesome.
Service has been awesome. I will say, can I talk about room attendant service?
Talk about it.
So room attendant service has not been awesome, and I don't know if it's just our room attendant or maybe they're just shorthanded or what have you. But when we arrived on day 1, we had no body wash in the shower at all. We had shampoo, but we had no body wash. And they didn't give us any bars of soap either.
Which is a sign on the wall that explains why they don't do bar of soap anymore.
Oh.
It's the saving the seas BS. I think it's money saving things.
Well.
So, but anyway, they by design don't have bars.
Okay, well. But they had no body wash in the holder. Why was that not
filled during turnover day? Yeah.
I don't know, and we didn't realize it until I was already in the shower, and so I had to shower with shampoo.
Her whole body with shampoo, and I find this out after, and I run up the hallway. I steal the lady's soap thing. I'm coming back to fill it. Turns out I used the hand gel soap, not the body wash soap. And then I go to return it to her, and she's like, she found it funny that I filled my own, which, funny, you should, anyway, but whatever, she was a nice lady. And then she's like, oh, that's the hand gel.
Oops.
And so then I washed my entire body in hand gel.
But to be honest, so it's a 3-day cruise, as we've mentioned, and this is day 3. I have yet to see our room attendant.
Yeah.
Ever. She's not come and introduced herself to me.
No.
When we said, oh, please make up the room, we'd get back, the room still wasn't made up.
1 o'clock in the afternoon, the room still wasn't done.
So I feel like the room attendant, maybe
that's not us being snooty because we've been on Yacht Club, because we've been on Seabourn. I was just on without Laura and you can see these videos are on YouTube as well. I was on Independence of the Seas from Royal in a regular room. I was in a Carnival with my friend Joe in a regular room, and both of those stateroom attendants introduced themselves. They were on top of stuff. I asked them for something. They got it. Like, it's not because I'm snooty rich guy or something. I'm a regular guy, and this lady not doing the job of those two gentlemen. So not happy. It's hard for us again to compare on the other lines, the other ships, the Seashore and the Mirabilia, if it would have been the same. So we don't know if it's a consistent issue on MSC
Right.
or if it's just a one-off.
Yeah.
So if it's a one-off, good job MSC. If it's the same everywhere, bad job MSC.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one critique that I can think of. All the bar staff were great. The
Yeah.
coffee bar staff, great.
Yeah.
The main dining room staff, great. The pool guys, great. Everybody, I always say this every video. They all really pull from the same pool. Philippines, India, South Africa. Like, they all pull from the same pool. And then it's how do they train them? How do they teach them to do the job? And it seems like to me, MSC is doing a good job at getting these people who they're naturally nice, they're naturally friendly, but then they're also doing a good job with their service. So we were pleased.
Yeah.
We were pleased.
Okay.
So that's anybody else in service?
No. Let's talk about.
Notably missing was the captain this cruise, by the way.
Yeah.
No real announcements from him. No personal appearances. He made one announcement today about
one announcement,
and it was something that Kerry, the cruise director, had already done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not impressed with that guy.
So going back to the room attendant, let's go on to the actual room itself.
Okay. Which most you can see that in the room tour.
Yes.
Most of it.
So the one thing I want to mention, and I don't exactly understand why, but considering there's no smoking allowed in staterooms, there is a very, very, very noticeable smell of cigarette smoke in the hallway and then in our cabin itself.
It's not just us.
And it's not just
We're not
us.
sensitive. We were passing somebody in the hallway, and we were like, "Oh, you noticed that too?" Like, people are noticing.
Yeah.
There's a smoke smell, not smoke, but like when you go into somebody's house who's a smoker, and it has the smoke smell because it's in the furniture and it's in the carpet. That smoke smell is all throughout the deck.
I think it has to do with the exhaust system on the ship.
The ventilation.
The ventilation. There is a smoking room that is
Cigars and stuff.
like 6 decks down, directly underneath us. And so I think that must be it. It's just somehow getting into the ventilation system and then it's coming into our room. I don't know, but it kept me up last night because I could not sleep with that smell. I thought for a second that the room was on fire. I don't know. It's off-putting if you're not a smoker to smell that when you're trying to sleep, and I just really.
So I would say for the folks who are sensitive, and Laura and I are not super sensitive. Like, my mother was always so sensitive. Like, there are people that are super dramatically sensitive. We're sensitive. We're like, I don't really want to be in a smoke-filled room or whatever. But
if you have allergies or something,
if you do have that issue, I would say that we are on the port side to the front. Okay, on deck 12.
Yeah.
Port side.
Yeah, but the one, if they're picking their room number, it's the odd.
Ship terms, crazy terms.
It's the odd.
She also calls it a boat, so whatever. Anyway, port side is the left side, starboard is the right. Maybe she's right, maybe it's the odd numbers versus the even. Stay on the right, stay on the starboard side, because that's not the side that has a smoking room. Can we guarantee that you won't smell smoke? No, we don't know. We don't know anybody over there, and it could be just a whole ship-wide problem. But if you're sensitive, at least do that, and maybe you get it, stand a better chance of not having it.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Anyway, what is that? We're
So the only other thing I wanted to mention about the room, or the whole ship, I guess in general, is that it is.
Did we move on to ship? I thought we were talking about service.
We're talking about the room itself.
Okay.
It's a little. It's showing its signs of aging, just a tad. From the color scheme, and then there's some rust.
She doesn't like the color scheme. I'm fine with it.
I really don't like the color scheme.
It's a little dated.
I mean, whatever. I don't.
The ship's only 10
care.
years old, so it's not like from the 70s.
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't know. I'm easier to please.
Well,
but I will say she's right. That there's some areas you'll see some rust, you'll see some paint chipping, you'll see this. I don't know when it's due for a dry dock. I mean,
I don't know.
It may be very soon because it's exactly like 10 years old, so it might be like any day now, and it really needs it.
It does.
It needs it.
I mean, it's not like as bad as that Carnival ship you were just on, where
one of them. I don't know if it was Carnival or Indy or Navigator, and like there was some major issues that needed addressing.
Yeah.
But the ship has been holding up well in terms of the the sailing part, like on the ocean, like
stabilization.
It feels for a 10-year-old ship that doesn't have the stabilizers of the modern day ships. It's been great.
Yeah, I agree.
It's been great. There hasn't been any issues.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that we always talk about is flow. Seashore, if you watch those videos, flow is just a nightmare, and it's like not even a year-old ship. This one flowed like the ships of 10 years ago used to flow.
Yeah, it was comfortable.
Straight through. You didn't get lost too much.
No.
And within 3 days, I would say even maybe within 2 days, we knew where everything was. We knew how to get there. So if you're on this thing for a week, a couple days in, you got the whole thing for the week. It's a good flow.
Yeah.
So that's the ship, yeah?
I agree. Okay. Let's talk
You got food, you got booze, you got
entertainment and cruise director staff. So
we always divide that. There's entertainment and then there's cruise director staff. So entertainment, we mean the nightclub singers, we mean the Broadway show, the whatever. And then the cruise director staff's like the white party and things like that. So the distinction there.
Yeah. So I think entertainment has been excellent. They are giving it their all. They are phenomenal singers and dancers.
3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Maravilha, Seashore, and
excellent.
Divina now.
And
good entertainment.
Great acrobat.
Live music constantly.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were doing the theater, but I mean, just came to my mind. Like everywhere on the ship, all throughout the day, you can find something.
Yeah.
Saxophonist, guitarist, like there's music everywhere.
And then we had our famous, our friend.
Yeah, if you go back to the Meraviglia, we met a guy named Russ Clark who's on this ship, and it was awesome. And we're gonna go see him tonight in the Garden Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fabulous.
He's
so
great.
If you're a bit of a groupie and you want to follow the Russ Clark, the music guy, we have a good friend Debbie. She likes to go to the Schooner Bar on Royal, and she's a groupie. She'll follow these guys. She'll book cruises because that's the piano player. So if you're that kind of person, you want to just do a sing along and have a really great guy, Russ is the guy.
He's really good.
That's awesome. We were happy to see him.
Yeah.
But then the theater, I cut you off about the theater people.
No, they're great.
The productions, we're loving the productions. They're, they're off-Broadway kind of stuff. They're not, it's not Cats and Les Mis. There's ensemble stuff. But the dancers are kicking ass. The singers are great.
The acrobats.
Acrobats are always. MSC blows away this
really
Lanuba style acrobatic stuff.
Really entertaining.
Very good. The only thing that's missing for us on this one that was on the Meraviglia and the Seashore is because it's an Italian line on those 2 ships, they had opera singers.
Yeah.
And that is missing. And we're kind of upset because we like them.
Yeah.
Especially the couple on that Seashore that we think were the ones from the Meraviglia.
They were.
Yeah.
There may be on tonight because tonight's the last night, so there may be.
They've been hiding them away.
But we haven't seen them yet, so who knows.
And then they had a comedian. He was good. Laura liked him more than me.
I really liked him.
He did a family-oriented show. My only challenge with all these guys, they always do the cruise humor. It's the same cruise humor.
Yeah, but I found his take on the cruise humor funny. Maybe I was just drunk. I don't know.
Well, that's true. You were. And it's also, to be fair, we're from New York. He was from Jersey, so he's got a northeastern slant to everything. And we got done with the show, and Laura, Kimberly, and Joe all turned to me and said, "Oh, he sounds just like you." I'm like, he doesn't sound anything like me, and apparently he sounds like me. So he was good. He was good, and I think that if he had a dirty show, I don't really need him to be like trashy, like there was that guy on Carnival that was just too much F words constantly. But if he did a dirty show, like an adult mature show with adult mature themes, I think he would have been. Maybe he's tonight. I don't know. Is he playing?
We haven't. I don't know. To be honest, there is tonight a silent disco, and then also the quest.
They have a quest, a Royal Caribbean style quest. I
We'll
didn't even
see
know
what
they
it's
do that.
like. We have never. We've been
It's
on.
an adult game show, scavenger hunt. You gotta, somebody with pink underwear, and you take off your, it's just crazy. But who has a banana in their purse?
Yeah.
Who has the cruise compass? Yeah.
And then.
And you gotta run up. Who has a Florida driver's license? And yeah.
So, we'll see how it goes. I've never seen one on an MSC ship. Due to COVID, they were not doing them. I guess they're starting to bring them back. So we'll see.
Interesting thing to note, we're not onto the cruise director staff just yet, but maybe this is a good segue,
Yeah.
is that things like that are being hosted by the activities manager, not the cruise director. So on Royal, like Ricky Matthews or Bing Bong or whatever, they will do the cruise director stuff, but they would also host the quest. They would also be at the belly flops and whatever. Carrie is her name, Carrie Noble. She's doing a nice job. We don't have any problems with her. But at any of the events where you would expect the cruise director to be, it's the activities manager. And it's not just here. It's what happened on Seashore too.
Yeah.
Dave was his name? The guy who spoke in the 2 languages constantly?
No, that was the cruise director.
Yeah, Dave. Right. That was Dave, right? Oh, whatever his name was. Yeah. He would do all the cruise director stuff, but then he wouldn't be at these events.
No.
And I don't understand why they do that, because the 2 times in a row, the activities manager, not as good as the cruise director.
Yeah. Well,
Kind of a...
so leading to that,
Yeah?
so we're finding the activities team to be just a little flat. They're just not bringing it.
They're nice when we've talked to them.
They're
They're
very
fun.
friendly.
They shoot the breeze, and the little jokey stuff. But yeah, and maybe it's MSC's plan for how they should do things, because I don't know.
But
there's no crackle. There's
honestly,
no sizzle there. There's just a little bit.
it's fine. We're making our own fun, but for those people who are really
One perfect example is the White Night Party, which we didn't have any film or photos, I think, because we were so underwhelmed.
yeah.
They were trying. I don't want to knock them. They were trying. It was one of the most dullest white parties we've ever seen.
Yeah. Wait.
Even the one where it was almost no capacity on the Meraviglia was a better white night party. And it was like no one there.
It was.
Anyway, Ricky
What are you
Matthews.
gonna do?
Ricky Matthews white night parties are the best. Ricky Matthews, best
Does
cruise
it
director.
even have
I'd
a
say.
white night party?
Yeah, we've had white night parties on Royal. Of course we did. Girl. Anyway, so that's cruise director staff.
Yeah.
The entertainment.
Yeah.
The ship.
All right, let's
The
talk
embarkation. The room.
food.
Everybody's favorite.
So
Very subjective. Here we go.
It's very subjective.
This is where Laura and I always diverge.
I don't think we're going to diverge, though. So I will say the Divina has 2 specialty restaurants, which we did not partake in. But the first is the Butcher's Cut, and we just did the Butcher's Cut 3 weeks ago on
Seashore,
the Seashore. So we're like, meh. And then the next one is
Weird. The next one is weird.
Galaxy Disco Restaurant, which features sushi.
During the dinner hours.
It's a
before the
space-
club happens to turn into a club.
It's set in the disco.
They just chuck some.
A space themed disco.
Yeah.
They put some tables there and they serve you
Complete
sushi.
afterthought. It's like they didn't think of a sushi restaurant 10 years ago, but they want to offer it. So they said, where can we shove it? And that's what they did. They shoved some tables in the nightclub, and then there's sushi. So we didn't even try it. I mean, whatever. Some of the food that we've had on all 3 ships have been phenomenal. So the sushi's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just where they're hosting it and how it's done is
weird.
really odd.
Very,
Really
very
odd.
weird. So we did not partake in that.
But it does take us to a small ding. There's only 2 specialty restaurants.
Yeah.
And one of them is that weird thing.
Well, there's one also that's a pay-for pizza, but they're not calling that specialty restaurant.
No, yeah.
But it's
you have
supposed to
free
be-
pizza in the buffet.
Which is amazing.
Which is very
pizza.
good, so why would I pay?
Why would I pay
It's
for
not
pizza?
expensive, $5, $6, $9. Like they weren't ripping you off or anything, but you have the free stuff, which is really good. And we're from New York, and I know you Chicago people think your pizza's good, but it's crap.
You're gonna get like
Chicago haters,
Oh my
New York
God.
haters. Anyway,
Oh,
we
you're
got
gonna
the
get
second best
bashed.
pizza in the world after Naples. And this pizza's pretty good. This is one of the best pizzas at sea. Them in Carnival, believe it or not. Not Royal, not Celebrity. Their pizza's junk.
Oh dear.
But anyway.
Okay,
so
so-
that's the other specialty restaurant, but it's not really special. So basically, there's one specialty restaurant, Butcher's Cut.
Yeah. So
And then for non-specialty, you only have 2 options: the buffet and the MDR.
no.
That's it.
You have their little sandwiches.
Where they did shine over the seashore.
Yes. So
They have the
down
coffee.
on deck 6 near the casino, there's a coffee bar, and then to the right of it, there's a sandwich shop that's open till 10:30 at night with complimentary sandwiches that were very good.
Very good.
Really, really good.
Yep.
So I like the food. I liked the food.
Which I'll segue a little bit. I don't know if you would come to this, and we can come back to the food. What she's talking about, that coffee area. I heard Rick Steves talk about this, and we're starting to, as we get out in the world, see this. Like England, Ireland, Scotland, they have the pub culture. And then you go to Germany, and they have the beer garden culture. And you go to Italy, they drink. They drink the wine, they have beer, they drink. But like their social gathering is coffee. That's where they do it. And the French do the same thing. That is evident on this ship. There's at least 3 or 4 or 5. There's like 2 or 3 that are dedicated coffee bars. And then every single bar, Seashore had this too, and I'm guessing the Mirabelli did, but I don't remember, has an espresso machine.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Everyone.
And they all make good, they make them good. They're not, not like when I used to be a bartender, I made it crappy. Yeah, and so this area, Piazza El Doge or something like that.
Something like that.
Wonderful place to sit. Have a little latte in the morning. Have your little finger sandwiches, and not deal with the buffet. And if you're a little bit of a late riser and you miss the main dining room, the MDR, it's a great place to have a coffee. It makes you feel like you're in a piazza, like you're in Italy, like you're having a little. Very, very good.
Yeah. So the buffet.
Back to food.
Back to food. I really feel the buffet is lacking. Not only in the variety of food, but the quality of the variety. They are an Italian-based cruise line, so there's like this whole wall of just like lots of different pastas. But if you're not a pasta person...
It's not on the wall, just for reference. Keep going. Not on the wall. They don't put it on the wall. They put it on the buffet.
Yes, there's a whole buffet,
yes,
whatever.
Not a wall.
What would you call it?
Well, they're not putting it on the wall. That's all I'm saying. It's in the buffet. I don't know. You're saying it's on the wall. People are going to get confused.
A wall of buffet options.
I'm just saying. Somebody's at home having too much to drink. They're watching a YouTube channel, and they think there's pasta on the wall. Anyway.
Can I put pasta on his face?
Yes, they had
lots of pasta, heavy
and like Joe pointed out, orchetta for some reason, the little ear-looking shell thing, everywhere, or orchetta and everything.
So, and then when they like tried to do other stuff, like they had Indian butter chicken yesterday, and I was really excited to like try the Indian butter chicken, but they don't clean the chicken properly. Like there's bones in there and cartilage and skin. So you have this chicken that's in this like sauce, and you just like start to go dig in, and you like dig in and bite on a bone. So like if you're gonna have that, you have to clean the chicken better. So and that's why I was.
They don't rock the Indian. Royal does the Indian better, or some other lines do the Indian. Celebrity, they do the Indian better. But I don't want to say they don't do it well at all because of that pakora thing that we had.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
I get that.
Final night of Mirabilia, that Indian they brought out was amazing. So they're Indians hit or miss. Just, they're not. But you're tangenting yourself. You were talking about the buffet and the quality and the...
That's what I was mentioning, is that they don't clean the food well. Like,
the butter chicken. They clean everything else fine.
There were other options, meat options, where they didn't properly make it presentable. I mean, edible. Like, you had a...
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
What I call the... And this is not the same in the MDR, even though it is high volume. What I felt like the buffet food was like catering. You go to a wedding, bar mitzvah, whatever, and they bring out catering food, and it's good. It's fine. You could eat it. There's a lot of variety, but underwhelming again. It was
underwhelming. Yeah. I would give the buffet food like a 5 out of 10, but
I put it at a 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you haven't been on recently on Carnival. You haven't been on the Independence and these other ones. I don't know. I think that they're right around the ballpark of each other.
Okay.
The best one we still have, and we're going to go on NCL Prima at the end of this year, but that was the best buffet that anybody can remember.
NCL buffet.
It was the NCL Jade.
So good.
Really good. Anyway, sorry.
Main dining room food, however, excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. I would give the main dining room food like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's really good. So if you have the option, you just have to... The problem with like main dining room lunch is that it was only open from like 11:30 to 1, so an hour and a half.
Tight window.
So you have to like prepare, because if you miss it for lunch, then you're stuck having to go to the buffet with the subpar food. So I would rather like make
even
sure
the burger for some reason was better in the MDR, like significantly, but like it
Yeah.
was a good burger. And then in the MDR and in the buffet, it's the dried out patties that
So
the main diners.
just try to, if you go, just try to make sure to eat your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the main dining room.
Yeah, and for you traditional cruise has been cruising a while, it reminded me of MDRs of old.
Yeah.
When I know that a lot of us complain, and I do too, that maybe MDR quality is intentionally dropping to drive people to specialty dining. I don't know, that's conspiracy, but it definitely was better 10 years ago than it is now. And this MDR reminds me of that. Good food, good
really
service, the
good.
guys are friendly. Everything's on point.
Yeah.
It's the way you'd want an MDR to be.
Yeah.
So, food elsewhere around the ship. We talked about the cafe.
There is no other food elsewhere on the ship.
Talked about, we didn't get any room service. We got the pizza. We got pizza at midnight, fresh, hot, great pizza. Best, again, second best, tied for first best.
Yeah.
There's no other food that I can think of. The desserts have been pretty good.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the desserts. And I'm not a dessert person usually. I save my calories on cruises for booze. But the desserts have been good. Yeah, all right, sorry. Yeah, guess there's no other food.
Yeah. Drinks.
Speaking of drinks.
Well, we already spoke of drinks and the drink packages. There are 3 different levels of drink package. We bought the middle drink package. It has been more than sufficient. Basically, any beverage that we've wanted, we've been able to get something in that genre. It may not be the exact, like, specific.
Okay, to be fair, one time you wanted the Oberon, and like one time I wanted a single malt. Otherwise, everything else we've been drinking was not. There was no tension to drink it.
No. No.
Yeah.
One thing that they do differently.
Do.
Is that like on Royal Caribbean, like the drinks are valued like up to like, $12 or whatever. And if you want to buy a $15 drink, then they'll just charge you like the $3 difference. No big deal. MSC does not do that. So you have to, if you buy a drink that's over the price limit, they charge you the full price of said drink. So just be aware of that if you do buy the drink package. One other thing I want to mention about alcohol, which I've mentioned on the Seashore video, is that you're not allowed beverages in the pools. And I think that's a huge ding. If you're on vacation, you want to be able to have a cocktail if you're sitting in the pool. And I just feel
Particularly
like
the hot tub, which is all about relaxation.
Well,
You want to be able to reach over and have your cocktail and relax in the hot tub.
I just don't understand.
I agree.
I'm sure they have some reason why, but I don't
I will
think...
say, though, the policy seems to be getting more and more lax. It was more lax on Seashore than it was on Miravilia, and now today I see people in the pool.
Well, no, they
No, I saw cups in the back pool on the blue floor. Not on the wood, on the blue floor.
I think it's only because he was so busy today.
And he couldn't yell at people enough?
He was running around
Maybe.
trying, and it didn't...
They certainly don't like glass. So some lady got yelled at walking even near the hot tub with a glass bottle. So, that I get.
That I get.
They should not have glass
No.
even on a pool deck at
Right.
all, which most cruise lines don't. They use plastic tumblers and whatever. Like, what's this? No, that's glass.
Glass. Okay, so
Hold on,
that's...
are you moving on from drinks? No, we're not
Yeah,
done. Just wanted to touch on, because again, my history, couple of decades as a bartender, I had a big complaint on Meravilia that I now, 2 times, so I'm now going to say it's not an MSC thing, that it was unique to that ship or those people or whatever. The mixology thing was a big issue on Meravilia for some reason. They couldn't make good cocktails. Like, they could pour a beer, but, mixology's been great. They've been making wonderful drinks. On top of the selection that you can get whatever you want, but the way they're making them is good. It's coming out good. One of the things that we like for instance, with mojito mix, they don't use Damone and mojito mix. They make it the way you're supposed to make it. So Laura likes the mojitos on MSC better because it's a fresh, real mojito. Anyway, that kind of a thing. So it's good drinks. They're good drinks. I wish they had more taps. It's like Heineken everywhere. It's like one Newcastle in the sports bar. But nothing wrong with Heineken. I'm drinking that now. But a little variety would be nice. Anyway.
I hear you. All right. These are just a couple of we noticed, so I wrote them down. They've been super pushy selling the dining package. Like, and when I mean super pushy, I mean
They're still doing it today.
it's the last day of the cruise,
Dinner's
and they're
over.
still trying to get you to buy a 2-night dining package. I'm like, I don't get it, but I don't know. So just be aware that
That is, though, an MSC thing. Because when we were on the Meraviglia, and she's going to talk about the photo guys doing the same thing, it was like 1/4 capacity. It was like no one on the ship. We're walking down the promenade, and there's like 50 photographer people. And every 10 feet, another one would stop us. I'm like, did you not just see me say no to the guy right there, 6 feet away? And you couldn't get up the promenade without being harassed.
yeah.
If I wanted my photo, okay.
Basically,
But they slipped one in. Slipped one in, and there I am. I didn't buy it. Trust me, I didn't buy it. It was a gift. It was a gift from the photo guy.
So let's talk about the internet at sea.
Anyway.
The internet has been amazing.
See me doing my thing?
You're very sexy.
Well, you always do this, so I'm going to start doing that.
You should.
Keep going. Internet.
Internet at sea, when it worked.
Internet of the sea? It's like
Internet at sea.
Oh, that was a Royal Caribbean. Internet of the sea.
Internet of the sea. When it worked, it was amazing. It was super fast.
Better than
and
Seashore.
Awesome.
Really solid.
But for some reason, yesterday, for like 8-10 hours, there was no internet at all. So luckily, we were in Nassau, and we have an international data plan, so we
T-Mobile.
were able.
Plug out for T-Mobile. You can sponsor our channel if you want T-Mobile. We're big T-Mobile fans.
Well, I don't know what they offer currently. We were grandfathered in. So we had to turn our internet on for Nassau, Bahamas, and we used that. But when we went to go like complain, kind of like, because 10 hours of a
If I'm losing my whole day, I don't call it complaining.
Right.
You should be giving me my money back for a day you didn't provide service.
They didn't give us our money back, but they gave us a complimentary photo.
They gave us 2, actually.
Well, you're not supposed to say that.
Well, I wasn't going to say the whole thing. I didn't want to give any of these ideas away, but now that guy's going to get fired.
No,
Laura.
he was doing.
We're not naming names.
No. All right.
The guy's name was Bob Villa.
Bob Villa,
Yeah, the home show.
Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is the credit card activation.
Before you get to that, just on a maintenance issue thing.
Yeah.
First day, hot water went down for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
And I called the desk, and she's like, I'm like, I gotta go to dinner stinky now because you're. Anyway, and then our friend Joe, he's showering in cold water, freezing his tchotchkes off, and not cool. But I also, and here's my bigger thing, because that happens, and they did fix it within an hour or two. Too late, but they fixed it. 2 times in a row now, I brought to their attention a maintenance issue. First one on Seashore, I said, my refrigerator is not keeping anything cold. You could touch it, and it was marginally cool, but not really. It wouldn't keep my OJ to 2 days, where it would start to taste funky. So, anywho, communicated that to our butler. Maintenance guys came in that, and they said, it's fine, it's working fine. I'm like, it's fine? Anyway. Wasn't fine. I let it go. I figured it was a one-off. I come to this ship. On top of the hot water issue, the shower head thing, the hose connects, shooting water everywhere. So we're losing pressure. The shower head has a little bead, so it comes out. This whole outer ring not working. I let them know. Nothing.
They haven't shown up.
No maintenance people.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just nothing. So I'm curious about the maintenance department on MSC. Just saying. We'll try them again. We're still big MSC fans. And if there's another issue, I'll certainly let you guys know at home. And at some point, I'll have to start letting MSC know that I don't know if I can put clients on MSC if when they have a complaint with a problem with a maintenance issue, that it's not going to get fixed. So, anyway. Don't forget we're travel agents and we can book you on MSC. All right, you were talking about your last topic.
The last topic is this weird thing called a cruise card activation point, and you can see a video. I'll post a link about it.
Or maybe right here you pause and then you show that video and then you come back in, like Tony Lolita Loco would do. She doesn't.
Depending on my editing prowess.
This is what you used to do to me. I was on film when we were on Virgin's private island, and you're like, "Oh, you can do this and you can do this," and I'm like, "I can't do these things."
Okay.
And now it's the shoes on the other foot.
We'll see. So, on other cruise lines, for your onboard spending, before you get on the ship, you put in your check-in process your credit card information. So if you buy anything on the ship, at the very end, it just gets charged to said credit card that you gave them already. MSC does not do it that way. You have to go to the cruise card activation point machine, and you have to pre-authorize a set amount of dollars that you think you may spend on the ship. And at the end of the cruise, if you've not spent all of that money, then you have to go wait online and get cash back. I don't know what happens if you don't get the cash back.
They keep your money.
I think they keep your
It's
money.
a profit center. People forget that they keep the money.
So it was so odd is we bought the drink package. It came to like $320 or something like that. $330.
$338.
$338. Thank you, Scott. And then we also needed to do our gratuities. And so we authorized our credit card for like $400.
So it's 15, I'm just going to roughly say it's like $15 per person. Maybe it's 12, 13, but 15 is 30, 60, 90. Should be $90.
Yeah.
So that was 4 and change. And we didn't think that at the time.
Yeah.
We just put 400 in.
So we put 400 in, and all of a sudden we're getting notified by the bar staff that they're not supposed to be serving us alcoholic beverages because we don't have enough money on our onboard spending account for the drink package. I'm like, I'm just saying.
It's weird. It's a weird system.
I'm not a fan of the system,
Yeah.
but just put more money in than you think you're going to, and then make sure you get it back.
I don't understand why. So here's one thing that I'm trying to remember. Seashore. Didn't they pre-auth? And then we didn't have to deal with this cashback thing?
Seashore didn't, right. They did it like kind
You couldn't do it in advance.
No.
You did it there, but you still just pre-authed.
Yeah.
Pre-auth. And then at the end, they charged what you needed to be charged.
The Divina is not doing it that way.
And the Meraviglia didn't do it that way. I had to go get my money back at the yacht club.
Very weird.
It's a non-system.
It's very weird. And so if you
When you call us to book MSC, we'll walk you through the process. Don't worry about it. Don't try to do it on your own. We don't charge anything to be a travel agent and book these cruises for you, so let us do the hard work for you.
Right.
I'm sorry to plug right there, but we can help you navigate this.
Right. So now you know. Public service announcement.
What else you got here?
That's it. We come the 2 final questions.
Super pushy, smoke, internet, cruise director. By the way, the cruise director, first female cruise director for MSC. Good for her.
Yeah.
Breaking that glass ceiling. Good for her. Very sweet, very nice, very friendly, on point, like getting you all the information. One of the top ones ever? No. If you want to go female to female, Lauren on Celebrity Edge was better. But maybe she's new to this. I think she is fairly new to it.
I don't know. I wish her well. She's awesome. She was very nice.
Yeah, she is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
And kudos to her.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to wrap this up with our 2 final questions.
No turn down for what? Yeah, there's no 2 times service, by the way, on this ship.
Yeah.
She doesn't come back at night and turn down your pillow and give you a little chocolate or something.
Nope.
Or if there are any towels when you shower to go to dinner that night, whatever, she doesn't do that.
Nope.
She's still sitting on the floor when you come back. Anyhow, would you sail on this ship again?
I would.
And would you refer it to your friends and family?
I would. Yeah.
So, yeah, we actually find it not over the top. If you're going for a cruise vacation, you want over the top craziness, probably not where we would send you. But if you want a very livable, usable cruise ship to just relax and have a good time, yeah, this has been good.
Yeah.
We like this one.
I agree. But I would probably preface saying only if it's sailing out of Orlando.
Which, by the way, she brings that up. There's actually going to be a switch. Divina is going down to Miami, and the Seashore is coming up to Orlando. So we might find ourselves on the Seashore again.
I'd be interested to see if the Seashore is any different sailing out of Miami than out of Orlando than out of.
Could be.
We'll let you know if we do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally would actually. I really like this ship. I think it's a great ship for
seasoned traditional cruisers would love it.
Right.
Newbies looking for that Royal Caribbean Aqua Theater and all the shenanigans you see on commercials. They don't have a lot of that.
No.
It's a 10-year-old ship. The things weren't. Well, I would say things weren't being done like that, but Oasis
They
is
were.
now 10.
It's
so,
just different. But I really did like it. I would really want to check the itinerary. If there were a lot of sea days, I might not, because you really felt the quantity of people in certain areas.
I do want to make one last comment.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure that I would, and I hate to say this, recommend the yacht club on this ship.
Oh.
Loved the yacht club on the Meraviglia. Loved it on the seashore. And Laura and I debated which one we loved more, and I think she's more Meraviglia. Anyway, whatever. This one is small. This one doesn't have the things the other one has, and this one, you have your couple of areas in the front of the ship, just like the other one, but your specialty dining, not your specialty, your included yacht club only dining is completely on the aft of the ship.
Other side of the ship.
Whereas your rooms are, like in the other ones, everything's there. And you have everything. You do not need to leave that area. You could have your whole cruise in the yacht club. I cannot say that on the ship.
No, it's disjointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small, disjointed. Maybe even an afterthought. Maybe they came up with the yacht club idea after they built the ship. I don't know.
No.
Just not the same. Not the same. So if you want a yacht club experience, we would recommend you go to one of the Meraviglias or the Seaside class, which is Seaside, Seashore, etc. Much better yacht club experience. That's what I got.
Yeah. So, would you sail on this, and then would you recommend? I think we answered that. Yeah. I would just check the itinerary, make sure there weren't a lot of sea days, and it was out of Orlando and not Miami.
And I would even say though, it's actually not a very. Though there were a lot of youth because it's summertime, and I don't mean the babies. I mean the 25-year-olds, 21-year-olds. It's not really a youthy ship. They didn't do anything at the pool. There were no pool activities. They weren't doing the music. I think that Carnival, NCL, Royal are probably better for your young 20 crowd.
Yeah, and also there weren't a lot of I didn't see a lot of kid family friend. So the Seashore I think was more kid family.
Oh
friendly.
yeah, well that's a big push that MSC is doing as a corporation, is to push more towards the Disney Royal Carnival to be more family focused. They have kids clubs. They have it.
But
it's not really a strong family ship.
Seashore was way better for kids.
It was really, really good.
Yeah. So.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions, hit it in the comments. Email us at ea.travel.advisor@gmail.com. Give us a call, 352-432-8131, 352-432-8131. And, that's it. If you want to book a cruise, we can help you. If you just want to check us out on YouTube and tell all your friends and like it and subscribe it and get the notification bells and all the rest of that, we'd greatly appreciate it. It doesn't cost you a thing. So do it.
That's it.
I want pizza.
Oh, well, we have...
I know dinner's coming up, but I'm thinking about a slice of pizza.
Oh, goodness.
What time is it? Okay.
We have 20 minutes to the show.
I can get pizza in that time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.